Greetings, Spartans! I am your host, Get Good Fox, and I am going to be exploring yet another map in Halo Infinite. We're going to Streets today. Very excited to do it because it is the last of the smaller maps, and that's something really important because it means I will now know each of the smaller maps. We're going to be going in, finding the different weapon locations, talk a little bit about the weapons, talk about any strategic ideas, try to find little interesting places on the map in order to level up our map knowledge and get the advantage on our opponents. I'll see you there. And here we are on the streets, and there is the Willow T armor paint. Note the little designs on the kind of leather parts in between the armor. Very cool overall. That was the weekly challenge. Oh, look at that on the gun. Dangle, dangle. Okay, so anyways, we're definitely starting on the blue side because this is a giant blue thing and the signs are blue. This is overall like a blue tint. I'm sure when we go to the red side it will be the opposite. So hit the D down on the D button, lets you send out this crazy pulse. And it lets you, like you can see right there, that you can see through the walls where the weapon pickups are. So I have a tendency to prefer to go in a counterclockwise manner. So let's explore the exterior and in a counterclockwise manner. So the first thing we find is an assault rifle. In competitive, that would be amazing. The assault rifle will outgun the battle rifle, your default weapon typically in close combat, so I would consider that to be quite an advantage to have. It looks like there's nothing else. There's stuff over there, but we're going to go counterclockwise. So far I don't see any more pickups. Got a lot of nooks and crannies over here. This is an area we can hop up. Looks like a convenient place to kind of avoid gunfire, maybe catch the... It looks like there's it is an urban area, so there's probably going to be a lot of opportunities for, just bushwhacking people. What's this stuff? Game zone. Okay, and, Galaxian, that's what it basically looks like. Here we got some plasma grenades. Remember that the item spawns are somewhat random. They typically will not be replaced with a wildly different weapon, so like a battle rifle spawn might have like a commando rifle or a pulse carbine, but they're not going to be massively different from one another. So over here, we're seeing more pathways into the middle. Going to ignore that for now. Same thing like there. We see a weapon spawn, but we'll touch it later. Want to focus on the exterior. I feel like most of the combat is going to occur in the exterior. One, because this is where one of the bases would be in strongholds. I believe this is B right here. And that's just where a lot of the fighting is going to take place, is in these, side areas where, as you can see, there are longer areas. This is definitely, there's definitely room for, battle rifle duels and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's lots of rooms for, grenade opportunities. The side paths they're definitely cramped, but they've got room for, a variety of combat types. Got this bird that looks sad about something. Okay, this is where another one of the bases would be. In fact, I think this is the red side, isn't it? I see some redness over there, and purple. I guess purple is kind of between. I have no idea. It doesn't always follow the system. Where does all this go, though? Okay, so this is interesting because we went counterclockwise. Oh, we just found another. I might need to be sending these pulses out a little more often. Got ourselves a thruster. Thruster's always handy. I find it to be very useful if you have a close combat weapon because you can thrust into close combat. So let's go ahead over here. And now we have a commando rifle. And, okay, so this just goes up to a little perch, which doesn't quite have Overwatch on B. This big object is in the way. So it just looks like it's a way if you want another weapon. If you're playing casual, you'll start with an assault rifle pistol. This would be a way to upgrade your pistol into a commando rifle. Over here, I believe this is the red starting point. We would have a plasma pistol or an equivalent item there. Let's continue going counterclockwise. Second floor. Ooh, a stalker rifle. This is a pretty nice weapon. It is a 3-hit perfect, meaning 2 shots to break shields and then 1 headshot and they're down. Very similar to the light rifle in Halo 5, and I'm sure, in fact, that's actually what it's modeled off after. I would say if there's a stalker rifle on your map, it's going to be important to be pretty good with it. So let's check out this courtyard first. Yeah, this very much feels like... Actually, it's a little too close to the spanker. Yeah, actually, maybe they wouldn't spawn here. I guess we'd have to compare it. Right here seems more realistic, because if you spawned right here, the spanker would just be well, I guess 17 meters away. We don't even have to guess. Looks like that's everything in this area, though. Let's continue going until we loop around counterclockwise. This area ended in the stalker rifle. I do remember this being, I think sometimes it's a shock rifle, but once again, shock rifle, similar kind of weapon to the stalker rifle. Shock rifle does have a one hit perfect on a headshot. Over here, this is really frequently a shotgun. I don't think I've ever seen this not be a shotgun. That doesn't mean that it can't be, but I've personally never seen it, and that's really good. Like, shotgun, amazing weapon. Like, I definitely got to remember to always get it, and it seems like it's asymmetrical. Like, there was a needler over there. Needler also a really good weapon, so there's a really good weapon on both of the flanks. So, oh, here's another pretty good weapon. It's an interesting weapon. I did not like the pulse carbine at first because the bullets travel slow, and I thought you had to kind of aim ahead to lead your shots, but that's actually completely wrong. If you are aiming dead center and the reticle turns red, the bullets actually home in on the enemy, so it's actually really accurate in that case. Got ourselves a drop wall. Always handy to have if you remember to use them. This area here is another one of the stronghold bases, and we have ourselves another commando rifle. And I think that will loop us around. Is there anything interesting over here? Oh, yep. Oh, no, we already found that. So I think that's everything on the perimeter of the map. Let's take a look at the middle. Okay, so yeah, we are right back where we started. So I don't think there was anything here. Got something over there. That's interesting. So let's continue on into the middle. And here we have our Spanker. This is the primary power weapon, always worth fighting for. Such a powerful weapon. It has 4 rockets in casual and 2 in competitive, but still, 2 rockets, that's like 2 very easy kills. Also, it makes it basically, not impossible, but improbable that you will claim a base, like a C would be over here. Going to be very hard to claim C if the person guarding C has a Spanker. Also, a very good way to clear enemies out. There's a lot of ways in and out of the map, as you can see. So this is where the shotgun was. Doesn't look like there's anything else in the middle, though. I'm sending out my pulse just to double check. And then here is the red courtyard. And once again, I'm not really seeing a whole lot. And I think that actually might be the entire map. Actually, no, we didn't locate that needler. So we've got different ways we can platform up. Which is relevant, you know, it means you can shortcut your way in and out. Remaining. Oh, I forgot to take off the time limit. That's unfortunate. That is not what I wanted. I did not. Fox has made an error. Okay, so here is where it is. We know it. The way we know where it is because it has the stairway up, whereas that has the gentle, like, street ramp up. So this, we're in Mombasa. That's interesting. And this also leads, this is where B would be in terms of strongholds. Yeah, I mean, if we run out of time, I'll just, like, jump cut to, like, when we do have time. And so what about from the other perspective? Because, like, we need landmarks to kind of give us guidance on where things are. So it's reversed. No, it's not reversed. So on the blue side, it stairs up on both ways. So that means on the blue side, the shotgun is up the short stairs, and okay. So the shotgun is up the short stairs from the blue perspective, but the shotgun is up the smooth ramp. Like, we gotta just come up with, like, names to kind of, like, memorize these. Yeah, here's the smooth ramp. So red side, smooth ramp leads to the shotgun, and on blue side, the short staircase does. But from the opposite perspective, the big staircase goes over here, and wasn't there, like, I can't even remember, was there, like, a worthwhile item? Oh, yes, that's right. Down these, you would find a needler, but I feel like, actually, no. Because the red spot is in here, it might be similar in distance. But those are going to be the important weapons. The Spanker is important. The needler is important. If you haven't used the needler, it has really good tracking. Like, as long as you're on target, the homing in bullets they're really, really good. And then the shotgun. I think those are going to be the really important weapons, as well as the stalker rifle. That makes me interested. If there's a stalker rifle in this spawn, that seems like a little bit of an advantage. Does the other base have some kind of a spawn that maybe I overlooked it? This is a commando rifle. Like, that is definitely not equivalent to a stalker rifle. This is where our drop wall is. I don't think so. Like, does red have maybe a slight advantage? This is a assault rifle. An assault rifle is good, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's quite... Like, this is where I would expect maybe there to be another item, but it looks like there's not. Interesting. Is it possible that the other side of the map has maybe a small advantage in the form of the stalker rifle? Because this feels about in the middle. And even then, like, this feels closer. In my opinion, at least, this needler feels closer to red spawn. And red spawn also has the advantage of just going right up this staircase and grabbing the stalker rifle. In fact, with the stalker rifle in hand, you could... Basically, if you don't want to go for the spanker, like, if they're over there using battle rifles to try to fend you off of the spanker, and you have a stalker rifle, you have a huge advantage on them. Also, don't forget the stalker rifle has 2 modes of zoom. On top of that, if they're making the push for the spanker, like, you've got a great position here, and rockets, it would probably still kill you because if it hit back here, it would still blow you up, but still, like, you've got a very deadly weapon, like a 3-shot perfect, that's dead. If that's a perfect kill, like, they're dead that quickly, so that is actually pretty good. In fact, I might start doing that just because it's important to practice your aim. Like, if you find yourself not using a stalker rifle because you're afraid to use it, that's exactly why you should be using it. Anyways, let me just go ahead and end this and recycle in, and we'll do some exercises. And we are back. So our first exercise is going to be, how do we get the... Oh, it's a cinder shot this time. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be some kind of explosive weapon. See, this is interesting. This is the answer, but it's a commando rifle. The commando rifle is not... It's just not the same kind of weapon. But that said, I believe the first plays of the game, I think you've got basically 3 options. Play for the power weapon. Obviously, going in here is quite dangerous. They could have the stalker rifle, or whatever else replaces the stalker rifle. There's not a lot of room here. You know, yeah, you could, like, slide into here, but they could absolutely grenade you out of that. There's not a lot of cover here, and it's further up enough that, like, you can't even, like, quickly get into cover. Like, if you do it, you're either going to have to go forward, which will get you mowed down, or you're going to have to, like, grab it and then turn around and go back. Now, you do have options. Like, we can grab it,
burn them all down,
and then we can get up here. Like, that's an option. Or we could go through the side over here, and then we've got an option there or up here. I probably would want to just get out of the middle area completely, if to be honest. But the secondary option would be to support your push for the rocket, meaning let someone else get in the rocket, and you could be up here, you know, just trying to, like, mow them down, fend them off, maybe try to, like, pressure their stalker rifle to provide your guy some cover, because I believe the stalker rifle, like, if they're zooming in, if they're getting shot, I'm pretty sure it will take them out of their zoom, which could mess them up. So I think that's the second play. And then I think the third play would be to go for one of these secondary. So as you can see, this was the shotgun. Now it is the heatwave. And that's simply because it's going to be replaced by a somewhat similar weapon.
Cinder shot available.
So that's one of the plays we could do. And especially if you had communication. Like, if you got in this case, the heatwave, and they say, oh yeah, there's a guy with a stalker rifle, that'd be a great setup for a flanking attack. And then over here, let's see if it's a needler again. It is a sentinel beam. Okay, so the sentinel beam and the needler the game considers similar. Once again, sentinel beam, a little hard. You gotta have really steady aim because, like, the beam draws your aim upwards, but still it kills people very quickly if you do hit them. But I think that is the third play. I think those are basically the 3 ways you would want to start. Let's quickly take a look at it from the red perspective. I think red team has, like, this great option over here. Let's see if it's the stalker rifle. But, like, I think that's what I'm going to be doing in this match. I'm just going to run over here and get on to... Oh, so once again, so like I said, the shock rifle has the comparable value. So once again, we got the Stalker rifle, and the Stalker, or the shock rifle. The shock rifle is a one-shot perfect. If it's a headshot, kills you in one hit. One thing I learned about it is apparently when you zap people, the lightning will jump off of them onto other people, and you will zap other people for, like, not insane damage, but, like, you know, it can stop their shields from regenerating. And it also, if you shoot a vehicle enough times, it will cause them to, they'll be EMP'd by it. So, very good weapon. The fact that it has a one-shot kill and a headshot, I think that makes this a very important weapon to become familiar with. Either way, though, I think this is a big advantage considering that, like, you know, it doesn't look like, I don't think you'd quite be able to crouch in comparison to them. Like, I think they'd still be able to hit you. Might be true from their perspective as well. But this is a really good option. And once again, you could personally go for the rocket as well. Or you could once again go for, like, you know, go for, like, a heatwave. Anyways, let us begin with the weapon drills by respawning and see what we have remembered. Remember, now that we've redone the map, some of the spawns could be different. Can I blow myself up? Kind of, sort of. Okay, respawn drills are designed to test how much I've learned. Now, first, what I'm going to do is, where am I? I see we got this, like, railing. Shoot, I don't think I remember where this is based on looks. I feel like I'm in one of the perimeter areas. Obviously, I'm on the second floor. And, okay, my hint there is that's the cinder shot. So, that means I'm on blue side? Nope, I'm on red side. Wow. Okay, so that clearly shows I have not, like, really committed things to memory. Now that I know this area, though, this is B in terms of strongholds. We got our grenades here. If we're at B, that means there's a downstairs area, which would either have this sentinel beam or possibly a, the needler. What's in here? I remember this little spot. That's interesting. Another little side area we missed. Just another good place for, like, flanking maneuvers, escaping, getting away. But you could get blasted out very easily. And if I remember right, there wasn't a whole lot here. We would have to go deeper to our bases to collect anything. Inside of the base, though... Oh, yeah, that's right. This side doesn't really start with very much. We have our commando rifle. And overall, that's what it was. I knew there was an item somewhere. Right over there, yeah. So I haven't memorized the starting areas effectively enough, but that's why we're doing these exercises. Okay, where am I? Now, the red tent, I believe I'm safe in assuming that I am in the red side. I don't remember where this little side area is. Oh, it's that exact room I just discovered. Yeah, it's that exact same room that I was like, where is it? So this is B. Let's go ahead over to the red side. This is the room that had nothing in it. And then over here, I believe this is red base. Or this is blue base. Oh, wow. Once again, I'm showing that I have not learned it yet. But we know that there is a carbine here. And on the other side, we should have a commando rifle inside of this platform, which would be either, I think it's either A or C. And, of course, we have our drop wall right here. And continuing on should be our shotgun, or, you know, a heatwave, you know, shotgun-like weapon. Okay, how about another one? And where am I? I'm in one of the bases. Well, I believe I'm in one of the starting points. Is this the red one? So there should be a stalker rifle here? Oh, yeah, or, like, you know, shock rifle. I noticed the shock rifle has a little blade at the end of it. I wonder if that means it does more melee damage. Not sure. So that's the most important thing there is I knew I spawned in, and that's where the shock rifle was. And I believe there should be at least one other starting weapon here. Here we've got, this time it's a mangler, which does, I am certain that the mangler, like the metal tooth on it. Oh, okay, so our side gets the thruster pack, their side gets the, crap, I can't even think of it. The thruster pack. How about one more? Okay, I know where this is. This is the little platform overlooking C with the, in this case, the commando rifle, which means, yeah, oh yeah, that's one thing I didn't realize either. The C area actually has Overwatch over the power weapon spawn. I'm always wondering like how safe of a location this is. Honestly, it doesn't seem that bad, especially if you know if your allies are on this side, you could probably stand right here and you might be able to pick away at people without getting a whole lot of crossfire. Alternatively, if your allies are over here, yeah, you could probably basically pick away at people here while at the same time the terrain, basically the enemy would have to completely come around to challenge you on that side. So it does seem maybe a little more vulnerable from the left side than the right side, but overall I thought, I was always a little worried about coming up here, but maybe I shouldn't be. Like, it actually seems somewhat defensible. I mean, I won't know until I actually try and defend, but certainly from the very beginning of the game when you're basically duking it out for the power weapon spawn, I think that this would be a pretty safe area. I really wouldn't want to challenge a shock rifle though, just because there's always the possibility of like instant death from a headshot. That would really, really stink, but like it's still, honestly, it does give good Overwatch with like, you know, cover that probably goes up to about your stomach, so it wouldn't be too bad. Anyways, I think that's good enough for this map. Very interesting, not a little more complicated than some of the other ones. Like I think the maps like Bazaar were really, really easy, but it's also not nearly as complicated as Recharge. Overall, it seems like there are a lot of weapons that are in people's paths, so I wouldn't be surprised if people do pick up a shotgun, if they do pick up, like, you know, like their heatwave, you know, they might have a needler. So, like, it seems... Wait, did my little thing come off my weapon? Wait, there... Weird stuff is happening. But yeah, I kind of feel like, yeah, people probably will pick up the weapons just because, like, they're just kind of on the way. Like, maybe they wouldn't notice them. Like, maybe there's, like, an amount of, like, obfuscation. Like, maybe, like, oh, well, I don't know what that thing is. Like, maybe they wouldn't see it. Maybe they run right past it. But at the same time, because they're just kind of, like, in the path, I do anticipate that on average people would be more likely to use the items, but at the same time they might not memorize the spawning locations, meaning even if they incidentally picked up the shotgun before you probably can count on being able to recover it on a respawn, whereas they probably wouldn't. But that's kind of like thinking from like the gold and silver mentality. Once you get to like platinum or better, you should just expect people will be using weapon pickups. But that's what I think about this map overall. What do you guys think down in the comment section? And what's your opinion on some of these weapons like Sentinel Beam and Cinder Shot? I'd be curious to know what you guys think. Anyways, to do just that, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Like the video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future Halo Infinite content. And of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.